Hello everyone, and this is your Friday's edition of Daily Reptile News. Now, first of all, a story that makes me a little irritated. Miss Sandstorm, the woman that owns roaming reptiles, is a thing that goes around and does stuff at schools and birthday parties and stuff, says that she is getting rid of her large saltwater crocodile, properly named Snappy, because he has gotten too large and dangerous to handle. And this story, I am sorry for those of you that agree with this or maybe know her or her herself. If she's watched, probably not, but maybe. But it pisses me off. It just kind of reaffirms the whole disposable pet sort of thing. And she's from Australia. She ought to know how big saltwater crocodiles get, and she should have known that this was going to get big. But okay, all that aside, she's getting rid of it because it's become too big and dangerous for her to handle. Shame on you, but she's replacing it with two smaller crocodiles, which is just a crock of shit, no pun intended. But this is, when you get a pet, isn't a pet for life, not until it gets too big for you to handle anymore. This is a story heard all too commonly here in America with the big python problem and many other iguanas. A lot of people were not necessarily told the truth when they bought them from some people, so they didn't know they were going to get 6 feet long. And so anyway, make it what you will. Links in the description if you want to read that story. But it's just, I hate telling those stories. Next, I love telling this story, but I'm not going to pronounce the guy's name because he's a crook. But Thailand has caught what they believe to be one of their largest reptile smugglers. They raided his warehouse and found over 200 lizards in water-filled tanks. They do believe that on Friday he was to smuggle these lizards to China, probably for the food market, I'd imagine. And next on the chopping block, of course, that's the second time I've used that term, chopping block. Anyway, Connecticut is, they're talking about banning exotic pets. They do mention pythons, and this stems from the attack from the chimp 2 years ago that tore the woman's face up. We've all seen the story on Animal Planet. Whether it depicted the actual events properly or not, I don't know, but anyway, pythons were also on the list that they gave pythons, chimps, and a bunch of other animals. So you people in Connecticut, I don't know, start sending some letters. Links in the description, again, as well as the contact information for the Department of Environmental Protection, their phone number, email address, mailing address, all that. Send it to them and let them know that a python is not a chimp, so they don't need to associate it with it. Take it off the list. And next, of course, we talked, I believe it was back in August, where all these scientists were traveling through, I believe it was 22 different countries, searching for lost frogs. Well, their search is over, and they came up a little short. They were searching for 100 species of lost frogs, and they did find 4 of those. They're assuming the other 96 species are more than likely extinct. And of course, that has been all your news for this Friday, February 18th, 2011. If you'd like to read any more of these stories, those links are all down below here in the description, including a very important blog post that I wrote last night, so go check it out. And as always, if you're still watching, my name is Jason White. Now you know what's going on in the reptile world. Be good to each other.